What's up, Amazon sellers? In 2021, I managed to do more than £2 million in my Amazon arbitrage business. And if you want to know how we managed to achieve even more than £1 million in just the Q4 period, then stay tuned. I'm going to share all with you in this video. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and I've been selling on Amazon now, doing online arbitrage for the last 5 years. Now, in the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, and like I said, I've done over £2 million. Check this out. And in the USA, we've also recently started, and we've done over 6 figures. Check this out. Now, hopefully in the near future, we're going to be expanding into a new marketplace. And if you want to see what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and what I'm learning, then make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. It's going to notify you when I release new videos. First things first, number one, let's go into a little bit of an introduction on why I'm doing this video. As you might all know, I've been selling on Amazon now for the last 5 years. And in order to grow my business, I've been setting myself and my team, a real challenge. And that was quite simply to do £1 million, 7 figures by the end of 2022. Why? Because hey, who doesn't want to be a 7-figure Amazon seller? Now, to give you an update on what actually happened with the challenge, we were able to achieve that £1 million worth of sales earlier than expected. End the 2021 period, or the year 2021, with over £2 million in sales. Now, with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how we managed to surpass our £1 million target. Right, today I'm talking about my goals, my plans, and what I planned to do last year. And there's an old saying that I really love: without a goal, you can't score. So I'm asking you the question, what's your goal for 2022? Drop it in the comments down below. Okay, so this leads me nicely onto my second chapter, what happened with the £1 million challenge. Now look, before anything else, what I want to share with you is what happened with the actual challenge. Now, like I said, I think it was back in like June 2020, I wrote that I did that video actually to do, the goal was 1 million in 18 months, not 12, 18 months. At the time, that was super scary. Now, for me, how did I think about that? Well, hypothetically, what we did is I divided that 1 million into, should we say, 12 months, and we arrived at about 83,333 a month. So roughly, call it like 100,000 a month over a 12-month period, and that is including some good months and some bad months. Now, pretty much, I set myself, originally over the 18-month period, but I thought, hey, let's see if we can challenge ourselves a bit more, and hence I had that 12-month period. I thought, if I can push myself a bit more, stretch target, then 833,000 a month would be great, or maybe 100,000, call it that. And maybe see if I can do it 12. Hey, we all like a good challenge. Now, this leads me nicely onto what actually happened with the £1 million challenge. And, hey, if you're following my journey and you know what's going on, well, we were able to hit that £1 million revenue way earlier than we expected. Now, with that being said, we set a new target for the remainder of the months in 2021. And also as well, we set a new target just for the Q4 period. So what I will do now is I want to share with you, what our target was for that Q4 period, our spend targets, how we divided them up, and then obviously share the results as well. So let me jump on the computer now and I'll go through the document we used, how we did this whole process, and then obviously you can see the results as well. Okay, cool. So here we are on the computer right now. So quite simply, we've got the, this is what I've done is we just had a kind of a goal, this planner created, and this was actually taken from the original £1 million kind of target. This kind of planner that we're using. So what have we done? Well, we said, look, £1 million in revenue over Q4, and obviously you can see the old targets up here, or what we kind of talked about. So what we've done, we've just put down each of the weeks, and we're tracking it every single week, so you can see the week commencing dates. I won't go through the revenues yet, and then we wrote down the targets, and I'll talk about how we did those targets as well in a minute. And then stock needs to be purchased because that's a attainable target, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And then obviously we did the actual results. So we came in and did the orange parts prior to Q4, and then obviously as we went through the weeks, we did the kind of the white parts. So let's go through it now. So fundamentally, what we wanted to do is we wanted to do the £1 million, or £1 million, sorry, get it right, Tom, in Q4. And in October, we thought, hey, look, let's do 250,000. November, we'll do 350. And December has a really good period, i.e. like 1 to 20, the date, the 1st to the 20th. But from about the 20th onwards, it really drops down. So we thought we're going to see an increase, but it isn't going to be that huge. So that's what we thought, and we're kind of looking at previous sales figures. So that's what we did there. Now we kind of took each of those months and we broke them down into weekly, and we looked at how we do it. And we thought the biggest weeks, I talked about it just a minute ago, December has a really big kind of like ramp up, but then it drops down. So we thought those kind of early weeks here, December the 6th and 13th, would be those top end kind of like really high performing weeks. And obviously we put more revenue into them in the lead up to that, and then obviously dropped it down afterwards. Now what we did is we kind of broke down those targets, and you can see them here. Like I said, they're just manually put in. And then we talked about stock needed to be purchased. Now, generally in an Amazon business, you're buying something for $10 or £10 and you're selling it for 20. So if you want to make, so you say $60,000 worth of, or pounds worth of revenue, you're going to probably want to buy £30,000 worth of stock. So you probably want to put in there 30. But now for us, what you notice, we put in 1.6 rather than 1, or should I say divided by 2. Why? Because we need to be buying more stock today so that not tomorrow, but the day after, we now have more stock to increase the revenue. I hope that kind of makes sense, because in order to get £110,000 sales here, we'd have to be buying more in the weeks prior so that once it gets purchased, shipped into Amazon, we can sell it. Now, quite simply, what we've done is we just use 1.6 as our metric. And so we're kind of overloading, shipping in more stock than we need for that week. And then as a result, in the subsequent weeks, we then start ramping up the sales. The sales would naturally increase because more stock availability. So what we did is already had stock purchased, and that just gave us a very clear target what we wanted to be buying every single week, so that in 2, 3, 4 weeks time, we know we'd be in a much better position to achieve the revenue targets we're after. Now, what happened? Quite simply, what you can see here in October, pretty much, over the October period, if I look at these, 112, 92, 106, we were doing well. We came into it really well, really happy. And then again, in the November period, we came into 127. We dropped down 73. So actually, and this is quite a factor of this year, the one thing we did see was that actually Christmas sales didn't really start kicking off until late November, early December. Now, we planned an increase in our revenue numbers, but it isn't much over what we're seeing in October, but we just saw a decline actually, which is very interesting. So it dropped down a bit more. And then coming into the late part of November, early December, we really started to hit those targets. When we're hitting 110, £135,000, 6 figures in 1 week, that was absolutely crazy. And then obviously we thought it was going to drop down, and actually it did drop down, but not as much as we thought. We still had some really good sales in that final week before Christmas, and then dropped down a little bit more than expected in that final week of the year. The net result, well, look, we thought we were going to do 1 million. That was the total target, but the actual result, what did we achieve? Well, we achieved £1,015,000. Oh yeah, that is 7 figures in just 3 months. My God, that is amazing. And you know what the funny thing was? When my operations manager wrote this out and did this, I said, you are crazy. 7 figures in 3 months, that's not possible. But you know what? The team did it, and it just shows you the power of a high-performing team, motivated, but also as well with a very clear goal and a strategic plan behind it, such as this, really, really help them out. Okay, so this leads me nicely onto my third chapter, how we actually we beat the £1 million in sales in 2021. So look, after going through that £1 million plan, and what I want to do now is really just share with you the factors, which I think really helped us beat that 1 million, 7 figures in just a quarter in 2021. So first things first, number one, finding the deals. So what are deals? Well, basically it's the product itself that you need to find online, buy low, resell high for a profit. Now, what I will say is that before you kind of find products to resell on Amazon, you've got to have your sourcing criteria and obviously be setting those targets. For us, when we looked at our sourcing criteria, we're looking really for fast selling items. Now, you might be asking why aiming for fast selling items? Well, simply put, so you can spend more money on them, get them purchased, get them sold, and obviously get the money back out again and repeat the process. Now, what I will say is that we have also encountered issues, should we say, in terms of the deals. One of which there are deals whereby, we look for other suppliers that we've had a deal which has worked really well, fast selling, we're happy with it, and then all of a sudden it's gone out of stock. Very, very normal in the game. So we've had to go find other suppliers who sell the same product, and hopefully we can buy them and get that product shipped back in. A good example might be like, for example, shampoo, it's with Walmart, and then tomorrow, or should I say Tesco, and then the next day it's with Asda. So we've got to find that other supplier. Now, with my team, especially during that Q4 period, they were working super hard, not only to find new products, but also to find new suppliers of existing products, and to make the extra effort to find suppliers. Now, the second thing which I'll really talk about is the factor which helped achieve the goal is quite simply the prep center. And I cannot stress this enough. Having a great prep center they are an extension of your business. They are exactly the same as having a key partner in your business. Now, considering that, should we say, a prep center is a third party shipping service where you're going to ship your inventory to, they're going to inspect it, they're going to store it, and they can consolidate it prior to shipping it onto Amazon's for FBA, which is what we do, that's going to save you so much time in terms of packing and preparing products. Now, you might be asking, what have we done with our prep center in preparation to Q4? And my God, we talked about this a lot in the previous month. So basically, we communicated with our prep center and asked them about the number of units that they can handle. We talked about them with what we're planning to do, and especially around Amazon loans as well. Could they handle the increase? Very much communicating with them all at all times. With that, they would know if they, we would know, and they would know if they can handle the number of units that we're going to be looking to send to them in Q4. Because if not, we're going to have to plan to get another warehouse, to have 2 warehouses just to handle the volume. Fortunately for our prep center, they were on it, absolutely amazing, in consolidating, collecting, inspecting, and shipping all the units in, so much so that I was pretty much calling up my purchasing manager going, hey man, can you send the prep center a Christmas hamper to say thank you for all your hard work? And we actually normally send it once a year. I think we did 3 last year because I was so impressed with their work. And they're an extension of your business, so I really love what they're doing. And I think also as well, one thing I'll say as well, not only communicate, but also recognize and be grateful for the hard work that they're doing, especially during this time, and especially COVID was a real issue. But it wasn't for them, they managed it perfectly. And the net result, we managed to achieve 7 figures in just 3 months. Wow. Now, the third thing is Amazon loans. What is an Amazon loan? Well, basically, it's the Amazon lending program that allows sellers to grow their Amazon business by providing them with business loans. Now, as you might all know, again, if you're following my journey, we were offered £250,000 in loans. Let me tell you that £250,000 loan offered by Amazon was super timely, especially for Q4. Oh my God. Thank you, Jeff. Now, this is because quite simply it helped us scale our business and buy more stock, more deals. Now, with that amount of money, from the Amazon loan, we've been able to buy more stock, invest in more items, but this wouldn't have been possible without, should we say, the team members, but also the team members being well trained and also empowered and aligned with a clear goal. We've just described it in the previous chapter, because they knew exactly what they needed to achieve every single week. Now, it was because of them we were able to spend that £250,000 in less than 3 months, and also get that invested into stock and churning it, and also getting into sales and obviously profitability as well. Now, it shows, should we say, how much knowledge they have, how much skill, and how well developed they are, that we're able to give them all that money, and they're able to invest it, handle it, and deploy it into stock very efficiently and very quickly, effectively doing what took me a year prior to achieve, they managed to do in 3 months. That's amazing. Well done, team. Now, the fourth thing and the final thing, which I'll say, which helped us really surpass that £1 million, is my team. And I talked about them just a minute ago, but I cannot stress it enough. With the help of a team of VAs who are all working remotely in the Philippines, we managed to achieve that goal of £1 million in 3 months. That's 7 figures, 1.4 million US. That is crazy. And I cannot stress it enough, is that the building of a team, and a really high performing team, can really help grow your business. Because not only are they going to save you time from endless sourcing, shipping, creation, admin, etc., but at the end of the day, the net result of all that is results. And that's what we're looking for. The result is £1 million in sales in 3 months. So what I'll do now is I'll just share with you the makeup of the team that we had during that, so you kind of get a feel for what it looked like. So we've got 2 full-time admin VAs, and everyone's full-time, by the way. And then we have 1 purchasing manager, 1 purchasing assistant. And then we have, I think about 7 sources. So I think quite simply in total, that'd be 7 plus 2 plus another 2, so about 11 VAs in total. And also we have my ops manager who oversees that, but he isn't involved in day-to-day. He's kind of more strategic as opposed to operational buying. It's my purchasing manager who runs the day-to-day of that business. And for me, we're continuously growing that business by hiring and training new VAs to expand it into 2022 and beyond, and obviously our new goals. But that was pretty much the team that we had and the way they're structured. They're all full-time, and they've pretty much been in the business for at least, say, a couple of months, if not a few years. So it kind of gives you an idea of the makeup. Now, the one thing I'll say for you is if you are interested and you want to learn more about VAs and how they can help grow your Amazon business, what I'll do is I'll drop a link above to a video I created called How Virtual Assistants Can Grow Your Amazon Business and What is an Amazon Virtual Assistant. Check that out. I think you're really going to like it, and it's just going to help you out. Okay, so I'm just talking about my 1 million in 3 months. Wow, that is actually incredible. And I'm so proud of my team. I really am. And do you know what the funny thing was? Is during that entire time, I probably worked 2 to 4 hours per week. And it's not to say that I've always done that. No, I've worked a lot of hours in the past, but during the whole of that time, I pretty much did 2 to 4 hours per week. And we're running a 7-figure Amazon business in just 3 months, which is absolutely crazy. And I'm so blessed. But why am I blessed? Because I've got a team, because they know what they're doing and they're making it happen. And I see so many other sellers doing this now, scaling their businesses, but also cutting down the amount of hours they're actually working after they've done the grind for a long period of time. Now, how do they do it? Well, quite simply, they're using virtual assistants. They're building a team. All great companies are made up of teams. And if you are thinking about doing that yourself and you want to get started, what's the first role you should hire? Well, it should always be a sourcing VA, someone who finds deals to buy low to resell high for a profit. Now, if you are interested in getting a manual sourcing VA for your Amazon arbitrage business, look no further than the FastTrackFBA VA Academy. This is the service I created whereby we find, hire, and train a virtual assistant for your business and support them in your business for 12 weeks. We've done this for so many clients, over 200 in fact, and we've hired over 400 VAs for them. In fact, we know what we're doing and we have a track record of delivering results. If you are interested and want to know more, and if you fancy booking a free 30-minute consultation call to see if this is going to be right for your business, then have a look at the link down below. I'll drop there, it'll be about the VAs. Check it out. I think it's going to be game changing. And hey, my God, hopefully you can hit 7 figures as well, maybe working 2 to 4 hours per week, but you still got to do the hard work. Check out the link below. I think you'll love it. Okay, so this leads me nicely onto my 4th chapter, and that is, should we say, some top tips for you. So first things first, number 1, plan ahead. Now, what I will say is that it's easy to set a target, but the preparations needed to achieve that target must be planned ahead of time. With that said, setting meetings with your team, brainstorming ideas, it's going to really help you come up with the plan and actually the action to achieve that goal. Super, super important. And not only that, my God, even things like operational requirements, like hiring VAs at the right time to make sure you've got the team in place ready to achieve your goals. Now, the second top tip I'll share with you, record your progress. Now, look, most successful business are keeping detailed records. Why? Because by doing so, you know where you are on the journey and where your business stands. Now, that is, operationally, but also as well financially as well, the profits and the revenue. And also as well, you're going to be able to see what potential challenges, are you facing and what's happening. Just by knowing this gives you time to react, time to adapt your business and overcome those challenges. And you know what? I think the biggest part of actually recording this is being able to celebrate the successes on the journey. Don't just wait till you've achieved it. You celebrate on the way, motivate and encourage your team to get where they need to do. Trust me, I love it and it's worked really well in my business. Now, talking about teams, this leads me nicely onto my 3rd top tip for you, building a team. When you're running your business, you need to take a step back from your business and think about where you are and where you're spending your time. My God, we all have 24 hours in the day. That is it. Again, time is money and time is your most important asset. And if you're spending all your time in the business doing tasks which could be done by others, then you're really just not working efficiently and you're not optimizing as much as you can. You need to be thinking about planning strategies, to be working on the business, not in the business, getting you out and actually grow the business and allow other people to take over the great work that you started. Now, look, as an Amazon seller who has been myself selling for 5 years, I cannot stress this enough, how hiring a team has really helped me. They bring the value, they help me by growing the business, but also, oh my God, they save me the time. And you know what? Cumulatively, we make way more money than I could ever do on my own. It's absolutely crazy. Now, what I will say is after understanding how, I surpassed 1 million, 7 figures in sales in just that Q4 period in 2021, you might want to consider watching a video I created called 10 Secrets to Succeed on Amazon Arbitrage. Trust me, you'll love it. I'll drop it around here. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button down below. So for myself, Thomas Parkinson, FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.